everyone, my name is Millie. Welcome and welcome back to this channel. Thank you so much for passing by if you're a new viewer, and kindly consider subscribing. Now, if you're a returning viewer, you are the best. I appreciate. All right, today we have a guest and I will let them introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is Renis Onguka. I come from Kenya. I've been in China for 2.5 years. I am an accountant by profession, but I practice as an auditor, and it's a pleasure to be with you here today.
Oh, welcome, Renis. Welcome to this channel. All right, so I am an accountant as well. I love money. I love seeing money. I love touching money. I love saving money. I love multiplying money. But what I don't like is spending money. So today I brought this guest here to tell us how can we manage our finances? How can we actually multiply our money, little or big? All right. So, Renis, what is financial management?
There is this joke that people say that an accountant knows the cost of everything and the value of nothing. So let us see if that is true. So basically, financial management is the way you acquire money, the way you plan for it, and the way you manage it. In the long run, basically, it's just like the way a kid is born until the kid dies. You acquire the money, you use it, you save it, then you invest it, then life continues.
Oh, why do you think we need to apply financial management in our day-to-day life?
You need to apply financial management because money is what makes the world go round. And so if you are not able to manage your finances, then your life will be in shambles. Because for each and everything that you do, you need some money. If it is for you to pay fees for your kids, for you to pay your rent, for you to pay for your bus fare, for you to pay for your education, and anything that you want to do, you need money. Basically, money makes the world go round. So for that simple reason, you need to manage your money so that you can be able to allocate it and use it well for you to receive the best returns of what you are putting your money in.
Wouldn't it be for only big people with big money? If I have, let's say, my 100,000, 100 kwai, 100 yuan, or $10 per se. Do I really need a plan of financial management? How am I going to spend this? Like, it's too little for me to budget for it. Do you think it's necessary?
Yeah, it's necessary because if you are faithful with little, that's when you can be faithful with much. Because if you have little money and you don't know where it's going to, then it does not matter how much money you are given or added onto, you will still misuse it.
Yeah.
And basically, using money well, it's a principle. And when you learn it, when you are not having much, it is more useful than even when you have much. Because the principle basically is budgeting. All of us are trying to live within our means. And so as a person wants to have financial management principles is budget.
All right, guys. So we know the what, we know the why. Can we go to how, actually? How do we do that? How do we manage our finances?
Managing your finances, first of all, you have to know your income. And as we are told, you need to cut your coat you need to cut your dress according to your cost. So you cannot really spend what you don't have. Because if you start spending what you don't have, you'll move into debt, which is not right. So basically, first of all, know what your income is. And when you know how much your income is, in financial management, you have two options. Either you cut your expenses or you increase your income. So you make your mind, which one do I want to do? If you want to increase your income, then you can go back to school and sharpen your skills or learn by yourself so that you have more means of generating income. You can start a side hustle that apart from the main job you are doing, then you have another job that you are doing so that you have more income. Or you can have more than one job. You can have maybe one day job and one evening job so that your income increases. So that is one aspect of it. Then the other aspect of it is your expenses. How are you managing your expenses? Because they are what we call basic needs, that is food, clothing, and shelter. And so you have to know how much will I spend on these things. And as a person who wants to be a financial manager, you have to know where your money goes to. So for each and every money you receive, you have to sit down, even if it is small money, and be sure that this goes to this goes to this goes to this. That when you want to manage your expenses, you know exactly where to cut and where to add. Yeah, that is what it's all about.
Do you think I can do it by myself, or I need a professional person to do it for me?
Everybody knows how to manage money.
Oh.
Because even where I come from, there are people who never went to school, but they run very successful businesses, and they know how to manage money. Money basically is about counting. If you can count, you can manage money. And if you want to have like financial expertise or some input from an expert, it's always good to work with the experts. But the question is, how much money are we talking about? Because if it is my little salary, I don't need an expert. But if it is big money, I want to invest and do those great things, then I need an expert, because I need to know how to deal with my taxes, how to deal with all those government laws and regulations. But if it is my own salary, the government takes its pay as you earn, done. So what I'm remaining with is how much will I spend on food, how much will I save, and that is it. So on that note, if you can count, you can manage money. Yes.
It is easier said than done. However, we all do plan. We all say, okay, I get this, this is for this, this is for this, this is for this. But what do you think happens around there, in the middle? Like things don't go as you plan.
It is called being disciplined and knowing what you want. Because money is all about discipline. If you've budgeted and said this is what I will use, and this, stick to it. And also accept your situation, because some of us wants to hang out with the Joneses. As in, I see you with a new dress, I want a new dress. I see you, the neighbors bought a new car, I want a new car. But then in my budget, I didn't budget for that. So stick to your budget. Basically know that clothes is for covering nakedness. And a car is a means of transport. We start with the basics. Then when you make those large amounts of money, now whereby now clothes is a status and a car is a status, then we'll move there. But as for the moment now, let us get the basics right. A cloth is for covering nakedness. A car is a means of transport. Then we get moving from there.
There is a saying that goes, accountants or financial managers, they're usually mean. Do you think it's true?
No, we are not.
Why do you think they say that?
No, one thing that people don't like is accountability.
Exactly.
Because if you, as an accountant, you come, maybe you want something from me, I'll ask you, how much? What for? When will you return it? What is the rate of return? Like if I'm loaning you money, I will ask you, how much should I give you? When are you returning it? At what rate of interest? What are you going to do with it? You have to answer those questions, otherwise I won't give you. And so because we like accountability, people think that we are mean. We are not mean. We are just logical, and we just like thinking in a logical way, and we are straight in the way we think. Yeah.
You got that. We are not mean. All right. So there are certain things that you can't plan for. Set an example, death or sickness. Yet you plan for your money. This is what it's going to do. And then you fall sick. And obviously, according to the knowledge you've shared, you have to plan even for uncertainties probably. But then you may say, I get $100 and the uncertainties I plan for, let's say $20. And then your sickness goes for $100 or more even, or let's say 70. What do you do in that scenario?
Fine, there is a way you'll plan your life, and there is a way that her life will happen. And for me, what I believe is that for everything there is always a solution. There is, like, life is not a dichotomy. It is not either this way or this way. There is always the third point of view. So like, for example, if I'm bill saving 20, then my insurance comes to 70. I have options. One, if I'm employed, I can go and explain to my employer and say, because of this, I need this more. Or I look for a cheaper option. Even in hospitals, there are high caliber hospital, low, medium. So I have a cheap option, I can exercise that. I can also seek advice from friends and relatives. They might give me cheaper options, or they can chip in to help. Because for me in this life, I believe where there is a will, there is a way. You are never fixed in a corner. It's about making decisions. Yeah.
I understand. All right. So, is there any specific period why we should start planning for this, for our finances, or from the word go? When should we do this?
You should start from the word go, because like I've said, it's an habit. And once you form the habit, breaking it becomes hard. So the moment you receive your first salary, already have a plan for it. This is how I'm going to use it, and this and this. Once you form the habit, as you grow and as your money income increases and all that, it is still the habit that continues, and it will make your life easy. Because habit, it becomes part of your life and it becomes part of behavior, and that is it, the way you progress.
I understand you come from a Christian background.
Yes.
Can you please kindly take us through in a few words of how is the biblical concept with regards to financial management?
For me, one thing I love about the Bible is that it tells me that I should not borrow, because debt makes me a slave to the lender. And that teaches me to live within my means. And also another aspect of Christianity is that they say, blessed is the hand that giveth than the one that receiveth. And so that's why, for me, it is not so much about how much you have, but what you have, how much are you willing to share?
I know.
Because from also the biblical point of view, we are told that money in the hands of a Christian is food to the poor, is clothing to the poor, and it is help to those who are in need. And so that when I receive my money, I have to budget for that aspect of helping others, because it is not so much about me, but it's also in the society that I'm living in. As a person who loves God, I should make the society a better place to live in than the way I find it. That is my responsibility as a Christian.
Thank you so much, Sister Renice. I hope my viewers out there picked something out of what you've shared. Thank you so much for coming to this channel. You're most appreciated. Guys out there, I hope you learned something, little or small. Your money is, you have to manage it, plan for it so that you live within your means. What my takeaway from this interview is, big or small, little as it is, start from the word go, manage it, and then everything will go as you plan. Of course, you can't plan for uncertainties, but do your best and leave the rest to God. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to practice kindness. Please comment. Tell us in the comment section what are your ideas about financial management. What do you think about the guest? And then subscribe, comment, and share. Until next time, bye.